this segment is going to be on botulinum toxin. There are a few different types on the market. Botox is well known, so it's owned by Allergan. I personally use Dysport. So what is the difference? They're both botulinum toxin, so it's the exact same active ingredient. It's just different protein levels and different filler molecules that are in there. So it's like buying your Tylenol from Shoppers Drug Mart or from Costco Kirkland brand. You're getting the same drug, you're just getting it from a different company. I will show you kind of what it looks like. So you can kind of see there, I'll put my hand behind it. It's like a little powder in the bottom. I'll see if I can knock the puck off the bottom. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. There it goes. So it is like a little powder substance in there that you mix with saline. So saline is more like a salt balanced pH neutral water, if you will, like a sterile water. So we mix that and that makes it an injectable because it does come in a powder form. And what does it do? It causes temporary muscle paralysis. So it stops a muscle from moving. Why would we want that? Because if you think of the skin as a piece of paper, you think of repetitive movement. So if you're folding the piece of paper over and over and over again, eventually you're gonna get a crease in that paper that you cannot get out. We want to either A, prevent that from happening, or B, keep that muscle from moving to allow the body to repair. So if you're in, your early 20s, 30s, and you just have little fine lines, you will notice that 1 to 2 treatments, it kind of smooths that area out. Closer to your 40s and 50s, you've had these lines for quite some time, they're starting to get a little deeper. It is gonna take months and months of treatment to get you to a perfectly smooth canvas. So you will not have movement, but you may still notice those lines there. I always refer to it as like a cat scratch. So the deeper the scratch is, the longer it's gonna take the body to repair. All the toxin does is simply prevent that muscle from moving, which is going to prevent that skin from folding. Depending on how strong your muscle is and how many areas you want done, depends on how many units we use. 40 to 60 is about your average unit dosing, depending on how many units you want done. People often come in and they're like, oh, I want like this or this, and they're like tugging and pulling on their skin. Botox has no lifting properties, it has no pulling properties, it just stops that muscle from moving. So how do we get those pushes and pulls is the way muscle works is when you relax one muscle, another muscle heightens. So when we relax, for example, for the brow lift, you have an orbicular oris, so you have a circle muscle around your eye. Its function is to pinch, so it's a sphincter. When you put a little bit of product in that corner of that circle muscle, it's gonna relax this muscle. Why would we want that? Because we want it to pull up. So when we relax this, it causes the body to send a signal to this muscle, which is your temporalis muscle, to pull up, to overwork, to give that lift. So relaxing the orbicular oris is going to cause the temporalis muscle to overwork, and it's going to give you that brow lift. Be mindful when we are talking brow lifts that you're getting about a couple millimeter lift. So if you are in your 40s or 50s and have, an overhanging eye, it's not going to be a surgical intervention. I always say to kind of tell the difference, throw into Google like surgeries that you're looking for, like, whether it's upper eyelid reduction or a lip lift or like a jaw implant. Type the actual surgical intervention into Google to see what surgery results bring, and then know that filler's not going to bring that, or Botox is not going to bring that. We can get you a little bit closer to where you are, but it is not a surgical intervention. So just give yourself realistic expectations. You will read online that toxin lasts about 5 months. It does. It's like lashes or nails or anything like that. You're not going to wake up month 5 and be like, okay, it's month 5 today and my full wrinkles are back. Absolutely not. So it's going to gradually happen. You're going to notice in month 2, month 3 that you're starting to get movement back. That's when we want to see you. We want to stay on top of the treatments and maintain what we've done. Why? Because we want to prevent that skin from folding, and we don't want that muscle to re-engage. If we allow that muscle to re-engage, we're right back at square A, and we're not letting that muscle shrink. When we stay on top of our treatments, that muscle will start to shrink, which is going to allow you to need less product, and the product's going to start to last longer because the muscle's not as active. I also do want to talk about symmetry. So we have been talking about it a lot lately and reposting a lot of cool things. There's apps that you can actually take pictures of yourself and it will mirror image. So nobody is symmetrical. We're not supposed to be symmetrical. We don't see symmetry as beauty. We see asymmetry as beauty. So when we study beauty, we are told that to keep people's asymmetry, that's normal. So you can see that this is my high side. So this eyebrow is taller, this eye is wider, this cheekbone is higher, this side of the face is slimmer. This is my tall, thin side. This is my short, wide side. Everybody has one. I encourage you to look in the mirror and find yours. Normal, we don't want to correct that. We want to look like that. And if you think I'm lying or you're like, that's crazy, I want to be symmetrical, download the app, mirror image yourself, and you're going to be really freaked out, and then you're going to be really happy that you're got some asymmetry going on.
Thank you for watching my All About Botulinum Toxin. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and we'll see you next week.